Hey guys, happy that you're here. I know it's been a minute, but I have come back from the ether just to talk about Superman. I fucking loved it. I loved it to death. It felt like reading a superhero comic book. And this back to basics, goody two shoes version of Superman is something that I personally enjoy. And to my surprise, there are some people online who didn't like the movie. I guess I shouldn't be surprised because when Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman came out and all my friends liked it, I was the only one that was seething and mouthing. Is this what it's like? Am I the bad guy now? There are very passionate people that really didn't like Gunn's interpretation. I am sure there's a Snyder fan out there that I can discuss our differing opinions with and come to a conclusion that yes, Batman vs Superman and Man of Steel were shitty movies. Okay, that's a joke. The guy I'm talking to in my head would understand that. But the ones I'm talking about hate the Superman movie so much that it inhibits rational thought. There are just people online that take every word and just interpret what you're saying with contempt. Like, this is a pretty innocent comment from James Gunn, I think.
All of a sudden, they were announcing that, that Henry was back. And I'm like, what is going on? We know what the plan is. Like, we know what the plan is. The plan was to come in and do Superman.
Yeah. We're to take on what they wanted to do with it.
They wanted to take on what they wanted to do with DC and were trying to force their way. And it just was never a part of the equation for David Zaslav, who was the head of WBD. So we came in and that was really unfortunate. I'm like, this poor guy. And so Peter and I, the right thing to do is to sit down with him and talk to him. Yeah. And we sat down, we talked to him. He was an absolute gentleman, a great guy about it. He said, the only thing I ask is that I'm able to reveal it myself as opposed to it coming from you guys. And I'm like, that's
no, he's a class act. Always has been from the start. Yeah.
And then look at the interpretation of this fan here. This poor guy, he's beloved by millions. A beautiful wife and newborn child. The greatest Superman of all time. Handsome as fuck. James Gunn, weird twisted fuck. I gotta stop here, guys. I'm editing right now, and this is just like you think you're good? Nuh-uh, you're bad. This is silly. James Gunn is not shitting on Henry Cavill, my guy. He's singing his praises. When James Gunn said, poor guy, he was talking about the situation, how it's unfortunate, not about Henry Cavill as a person. Like, if you watch the video and understood what was going on, you would figure that out. But no, you are already at a negative place. And not only are you shitting on James Gunn for your misinterpretation of what he said, you're also shitting on the fans of the movie that James Gunn made. To be fair, I am shitting on you a little bit, so.
Stinky poop.
I agree that Henry is the GOAT, but my guy, oh my God. This is one of those things where you read it and you realize it says more about the person typing it or saying it rather than what was said. Speaking of interpretations, we also got blatant misrepresentations of the movie, like this one. Reminder that James Gunn's Superman said, fuck this kid and those people, and decided to save First World Metropolis instead. That doesn't happen in the movie, and you can't say this, Mr. Snyder vs. Glazer. Do you know what happens in Man of Steel when he was saving Metropolis? 15 9/11s.
He saved us.
Everyone behind him is dead, sis. What the hell are you talking about? The way the guy is framing it is that he prefers to save the pish-posh people of Metropolis, when really, it's a matter of priority. Like, I can hear the counter-argument already. Oh, you mean the elite? No, the priority of the situation. It's a divide and conquer situation. Mr. Terrific and Superman can handle what's happening in Metropolis, and since you can just physically overpower not Israel, you got Green Lantern and Hawkgirl and Metamorpho for that. It ain't that deep, bro. You also got people comparing Wonder Woman and Hawkgirl, implying that Wonder Woman is superior to Hawkgirl. Spoiler alert, both of these takes are bad. If the baseline is just doing kick-ass shit, both of them, I think, can do it. Hawkgirl's problem is that she's got nothing to do. Her identity as Hawkgirl is not important to the movie. You could replace her with any other DC superhero with a similar moveset. Can fly, is strong enough. And whoever you replace with can do the job in the climax. Gunn has a plan for her. She's in Peacemaker Season 2. But in the movie, she's really nothing. Metamorpho is more important to the plot than her. And with Wonder Woman, the acting part, this is another problem with Zack. It's not the idea, it's the execution. The execution, who executes the acting? Gal Gadot.
Kalel, no!
Can we stop pretending that Gal Gadot is an actress? She is not even a bad actress because bad actress implies a level of skill which she does not possess. She just can't act. Enough about these Snyder bros. Suffice it to say, I am impressed that they are still in the denial stage of grief.
Ladies and gentlemen, hashtag Henry Cavill Superman!
They still want Snyder to go back. There are people that think Netflix can just buy the Snyderverse from Warner Brothers. They have been on the train since Justice League Snyderverse cut came out. From one hater to another, that sustained passion is amazing. I don't know what to tell you, Snyder Bros. It's dead. Bury it. Consider it mercy. Don't get it twisted. Me laughing at some Snyder Bros online doesn't mean that this is a glazing channel for Superman 2025. No. We are here for laughter and critiques. And while I enjoyed Superman for the vibes, I just noticed something. You know, just you're here for the noticing. You're here for the monkey brain pattern recognition. Speaking of monkey brain pattern recognition, this was actually made aware to me in the Is It Kino podcast. Shoutouts to Simeon Jimmy.
I feel like every character here was like James Gunn's C tier material. Like he ran out of good ideas in his first 4, or I guess 5 if you count Super or whatever that movie was, superhero movies. And I think he's repeating himself way too much. The idea of your biological parents are not your real parents. It's whoever raised you. You know, the whole Gandu or whatever from Guardians 2. Oh, I'm your daddy, whatever that line was.
But is it true? Yes. Dark origin, found family of misfits, team building. That's his genre. These are the core elements of a James Gunn movie. The dark origin, they have a troubled past, or even if they're a good person, they have troublesome circumstances, and they are in a tight spot that they need to overcome. Found family, ragtag bunch of misfits is they didn't choose to be a team, but circumstances forced them together, and after beating the threat, they have chosen to stick together. And that's the team building part. They become better individuals due to their interactions with their fellow teammates, and they become stronger as a team as a result of the challenges that they face. This is true for Guardians. I'm not really sure about the Unalivening Squadron, so I wouldn't be surprised, really. James Gunn has been making this one type of movie for his past 3 movies that I watched. And it's sort of like a crutch for him because he tried to use the same type of writing for a solo film, and it has mixed results. Okay, the dark origin is Star-Lord's mom, of course, she dies of cancer. He's taken away by a blue pirate, and later he finds out that the only reason he's born is because his father needed a battery for his plan to assimilate all life throughout the universe.
Huh?
And he gave his mom the cancer. Rocket was an experiment that surpassed his creator's expectations, and he tried to escape. His friends died in front of him, and it turned him into the cynical raccoon we all know and love.
Oh, boo-hoo-hoo, my wife and child are dead.
And he said it to Drax, whose wife and child were killed by Ronan. That's not really that explored, but that's his sad past. And those are the dark origin stories that... Oh, what's that, chat? Nebula and Gamora? What do you mean? They got the best dad? What are you talking about? Like,
I just wanted a sister!
for real, it feels more like they explored Gamora and Nebula's relationship throughout the movies rather than with Drax and dealing with the trauma. I think Drax gets touched by Mantis and she says, "Oh, you're a sad." Oh yeah, Groot probably has a gardener that didn't recycle, I guess. The same thing sort of happens to Superman, okay? And it doesn't happen for the other characters. Superman is raised by salt of the earth, good people in America. Goody two-shoes farmers, golly gosh darn G. But it turns out his parents, his biological parents, were Kryptonian supremacists. Oh yeah, the Kryptonian supremacists were not that bad supremacists because they allowed race mixing.
Get them hoes, as many hoes as you can.
Yes, get all them hoes, my son.
It annoys me from like a meta perspective because I see why James Gunn did it. At that point in the narrative, Lex needed to twist the public perception around Superman so that the Secretary of Defense gives the okay for Lex to interrogate him. Carte blanche to look good while destroying the evil alien. And honestly, I would have not minded if it was just Lex doing a yes, Superman, I'm evil. I bribed every linguist. And this allows James Gunn to tell the story in the way he wants to. In that the circumstances of your birth don't make you who you are. It's the people you interact with, the choices you make, all that good stuff. It doesn't really work here because Superman doesn't change. This is why the team building between the ragtag bunch of misfits is such a key element for James Gunn's movies. You compare Superman to Guardians. We see Star-Lord evolving, he becomes more heroic throughout the movies. And with Rocket's case, I think he's the hero of the third movie, obviously. He accepts the fact that he's a raccoon.
Don't call me a raccoon!
Because whenever he was called a raccoon in the previous movies, he becomes pissed and annoyed. I think it's because it reminds him of the time he was treated as an experiment when his friends died. Him accepting that he's a raccoon, telling the evolutionary he's Rocket Raccoon, and shoots him, that is the moment he lets go of his baggage and accepts his identity. And it's okay. It's okay to be broken, so long as you pick yourself up.
You didn't want to make things perfect. You just hated things the way they are.
And Rocket, Peter, and the rest of the Guardians don't evolve in a vacuum. The ragtag bunch of misfits getting over their humps, helping each other out. That's what gives James Gunn his secret sauce, because as you see here, when he fights the High Evolutionary, it's not just Rocket. Everyone pitches in to defeat the common foe. That is the metaphor for the character development. It feels earned because these characters grew from each other, which is not really present in Superman. The Justice Gang show up, there is some sort of misfits here, but their presence in the movie feels more like they're workmates, justice acquaintances. You might joke around with your office mates, you might even grab a beer, but it is the rare occasion that you will be friends with your office mate. In my experience anyway, it's very professional. We have our own lives. So that's the vibe I get. It's not really them being friends. It's more of just professional courtesy, helping each other out, helping the community out. Certainly not the found family vibe from the Guardians. The Justice Gang also don't help Superman develop. He's already a nice guy in the beginning, and he's a nice guy at the end. That's why even though Superman makes a speech, it's nice, it's well delivered, but it doesn't feel earned. I'm like, where's this coming from? I know you're a good guy, Supes. Lex is just retarded. I know this. So this is a problem. It's not really a Superman movie. This is Superman and friends. It's Superman and his work acquaintances. Despite having so many moving parts in this movie, there seems to be nothing going on with these characters. There's a lot of plot, but not a lot of heart. This is why I feel it's a vibes movie. Superman is supposed to make you feel hopeful. Superman is supposed to inspire you. Superman is supposed to be this shining beacon of goodness. I think he wanted it. James Gunn wanted that moment where the kid is raising the Superman flag. He wanted the Justice Gang to be moved. Metamorpho, Hawkgirl, Green Lantern to be moved to help Superman out, to be inspired. It's just that it's more like a story beat rather than a character decision. The gang doesn't really interact with Superman until they help him with the kaiju and they call him out on the harem thing, the translation. Why does Hawkgirl go? Why does Green Lantern go? Metamorpho, the GOAT, once again, has a better reason because he feels like he owes Superman. I could see that. Those guys, maybe terrific call them out. I'm not sure if there was like a line by Terrific that said the other two can help. I'm not really sure. It's a vibe. Superheroes are supposed to do that. It's more of a story beat than a character decision. So hopefully, James Gunn can write something else other than the Guardians of the Galaxy and make it a solo movie once the sequel comes out. I think he can do it. He just needs to lock in. That's it, really. I still have some miscellaneous comments here for the movie, but that was the thesis statement of this video. So I'm just gonna rattle it out. If you're still here, thank you for being here. Lex Luthor has the technology to clone Superman in a way that he can control the meat puppet. Why doesn't Lex just clone 20 Ultramen and 1A Superman to death? Right? Like, he could just go, oh no, some costumed freaks from whatever planet or wherever the hell he wants it to be just killed Superman. Oh no, how could this happen? He could just have done that. I don't have a problem with Superman being an immigrant. I have a problem with the implication. So you make him an immigrant, but his parents are what, kryptonized supremacists? What did you mean by this, Gunn?
Base?
Can't believe also that I'm gonna give Man of Steel a point for this, but when he killed Zod, Cavill Kent showed more emotion for Zod than Super Sweat did for his clone. You saved the squirrel, but you couldn't shed a tear for your brain-damaged clone that was used and abused. You pity Lex, but not his creation. That's you, but severely impaired. Just to even out the Man of Steel comment. Like, I remember, just to balance it out, I don't. Just before Superman kills Zod, Superman and Lois were making out above a crater where people used to be. Imagine the souls of all the dearly departed just looking up at this alien tonguing Lois Lane. Like, the audacity of this guy.
Base?
Hey guys, thanks for watching the video if you're still here. This is gonna be a free video since that Patreon has been asleep for so long. And I just wanna give a huge shout out to Simi and Jimmy. I have been podcasting there when I have the time. And so if you care to watch some of our videos, they're there on the channel. And you can catch me here. I also have a Twitter handle here. So if you want some announcements or just some fabulous memery, you could catch me there. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.